Hello, I'm Kim and I'm an artist, and I am here to tell you about my painting, this witchy dollhouse. Maybe toward the beginning of this calendar year, I saw a post from another Instagram artist. Her name is Abby K. Brown, and she does really amazing, whimsical, fantastic paintings. You really just got to check her out. I'll leave a link below. She was painting a dollhouse with her whimsical animals that she does. And it was so cute. And I was like, this is adorable. It's every little girl's dream. And she said in a comment, she probably doesn't even remember this, you should do a gothic version of this. And that's where the idea came from. So thank you, Abby. It's been on my mind ever since. I always do, or I try to always do, a spooky house of some kind during the Halloween season. And I decided this one I would do a dollhouse because why not? That's so fun. And I intended it to be kind of gothic, think like black, of course, spiders, more like vampires, but it came out like this. It came out witchy and more colorful. Sometimes when you're working on a painting, you have an idea, but it ends up being whatever it decides. It's just how it goes. And I'm not mad about it this time. There's something about a dollhouse that's so nostalgic and whimsical for me. And I wasn't even a very girly girl, but I did love dolls and dollhouses. There's just something so whimsical and exciting about having a little world in your bedroom that you can do anything you want with. You can play house with your dolls, you can just arrange it. There's like a an interior design element to it. So many things that make doll houses so special. It was so fun to come up with the room ideas. I had a long list of potential rooms I could put in this dollhouse, and they many did not make the cut. For example, I was thinking about doing some kind of like a pool, underground pool area on the first floor. It'd be kind of like a swampy, gross sort of pool, maybe like blackish water or something like that, but that didn't make the cut. I considered maybe doing like an aerial arts room just as a personal nod to myself, something fun that I like to do for a hobby. And I did not there are a lot of things that I sadly had to cut out. So maybe I've got another dollhouse in me somewhere. Another fun thing was to come up with the ideas of what would be inside the rooms. So once I narrowed down the rooms themselves, then I had to figure out how I was going to furnish the rooms. And what's more fun than that? I would say, honestly, when I played with Barbies and stuff, I almost never actually got to the part where I was actually doing stuff with the Barbies because I spent so much time setting up the atmosphere that they were going to live in and thinking about what they would do in there, and then time would run out. Anyone else can relate to that? Let me know in the comments. I wanted to keep this like a real simple color scheme. I didn't want to go too crazy with any colors. Like I said initially, I thought it was going to be more of like a monochrome, like black sort of a deal. But no, I ended up using lots of purples, lots of greens, and just little pops of red. The funnest part was all the lighting. I really enjoyed doing the little candles, and I saved not all but a majority of the candles for the end so that I could feel like I was just lighting them there at the very end. It was one of the final touches that I put in. One of the real challenges with this piece was just the miniature nature of the work. Even though the canvas is pretty large, each room itself is pretty small, and every little chair, every little painting that I put into each room, these were all miniature. And I don't think miniature is my favorite. For one thing, it kind of hurts my wrist a little bit to do that much detail work. And two, it's just frustrating on a textured canvas because if you just go even a little bit outside of the line, which is very likely because you're working on texture, it ruins the whole thing. There's just so much going back and forth over the same line. And in the end, because it is so textured and so small, nothing is crisp to my satisfaction. But you probably can't tell, right? Also, it's just a really busy time in my life. It took me maybe 3 times longer than I thought it would because I didn't have very many chances to paint. So when I would paint, there would just be a lot of tedious back and forth with the same thing. I would maybe plan to do 2 or 3 rooms and get through not even one. But that's okay. That's how life goes sometimes. Another interesting thing is everyone who saw my painting thought it was done after just the first layer. And I guess it could have kind of been done then, but they didn't know the vision that I had in mind. And I can show you right here the first layer versus the final product. But this is a fun phenomenon. I've noticed that my kids, especially because they get to see my work as I go, um, they always think I'm finished after just one layer. Not even close. Do you think I should do more doll houses? I mean, I might not because it's a little bit tedious, but it was really fun. So let me know if you think I should, and I'll consider it. That's all I've got for you today. I hope you enjoy my witchy dollhouse. I'd love to hear about what you would do if you were to design your own dollhouse. Whether you're a girl or a guy, whether you played with dolls or not, what would your dollhouse look like if you were to design one today? Now, if you wouldn't mind liking, subscribing, all that stuff, I would so greatly appreciate it as I am just starting out here. And also, if you have any video ideas, things you might like to see from me, leave a comment below and I'll see if I can make it happen. Thank you, and I'll see you in my next video. Mine, and I wasn't even very girly, honestly. I was into like Gumby, Peter Pan, like, oh my gosh, Finn, you're in the video. They can see you. Okay, go over there, please. They can see you, okay? Okay.